Hi guys, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are here with our female human noble Eurydice Cousland, and last time we just got into Orzammar. So now we're going to start kind of going around, checking out all the things, getting some of the quests going and stuff. So I am going to actually go upstairs first, and there's a reason for it. So we will come back down and deal with all the rest of this later. Okay, so when you get up here, make sure you turn around and you come up these stairs. Because one of the notes you need for that key to the city is right here. Okay, and that's our third one. There's another one in, I think it's Dust Town? And then there's one more. It's either in the main commons or in Tapsters. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we will find out. So. And then we kind of look around.
So the closer you live to the surface, the higher class you are. Unless you're actually on the surface.
Yeah. Kind of messy. Okay. Let's see.
Lord Arolaz is the voice of tradition and fidelity. Lord Balin is the voice of anarchy and ruin.
That's Haramont's estate. We'll go in there later. That's Lady Dace. We will deal with her later because we are going to be siding with Balin in this playthrough. It's always a question, is it Balin, is it Haramont? And basically you kind of need to look at it as what's best for Orzammar, not who is the nicer person. Like, Haramont is definitely like a nicer guy on the whole, I guess, but he just kind of keeps Orzammar like mired in tradition, and he really has like no respect for the castles at all. Whereas Balin, who is a massive jerk and probably killed his father and definitely at least killed his brother, he actually brings Orzammar forward and starts like relaxing class restrictions and on the castes and different things. So it's like he is the better choice for Orzammar. So that's what we're gonna go with.
Grey Warden arrives in Orzammar, most likely to pay respects to the rightful king, Prince Balin.
Yep, that's definitely why I'm here. I saw something. Oh, it's down there. Walk right by it. Yeah, you gotta kind of keep your eyes peeled because sometimes the things are up higher. Okay. That's the palace. We will go in there later.
So, how is it the dwarves have a king? I thought they voted on everything, or something like that.
I don't know. Politics. Okay. That is the assembly, so we will actually go in there in a second, but we're going to actually start at the Shapewright, so we're going to head down there first. I don't think there's anything else in this area. No. Okay. There's actually a lot going on in here, so keep your eyes peeled because a lot of codexes and there's even a couple of quests.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories?
All right.
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shapewright. What have we been reduced to?
I don't know. Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine.
The horror.
He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
We'll deal with that. Okay, so book. I think it's actually on the other side. Yes. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell. So. And there is Orta, and she will give us a quest to do in the Deep Roads. But it's actually a good way to get money if you do everything properly, so.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Ortan Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the tide fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
Well, I'm definitely gonna end up there. I'm a Grey Warden. I'm not afraid of the deep roads.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrimont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
I'll add it to the list. Because there's gonna be one. Okay, let's go over here. Okay. Looks like everything else is kind of back there. And we will come back and talk to this dude here. Let's go back up the rest of this stuff first. Okay, I thought I saw a book right here. Yep, there it is. Okay. Over here. Like I said, there's a lot of books, and if you're not careful, you will end up walking right by one of them. That's why I always turn on the tab, because it shows everything. And if you're on console, if you just hit the, like, bring up the wheel where you can select your powers and stuff, you can look around and it'll highlight things too. So there's always a way to do it. Okay.
Going.
And this is the start of an armor set. And this is a gift for, I believe it is, yes, it is Win. So always good to grab. Okay, so this is the Wall of Memories. It will start an unmarked quest called the, I believe it's the Shaper's Life, where you have to touch like 3 different runes in Orzammar and in the Deep Roads. But you're supposed to start by touching the Wall of Memories first, because one of the runes is down by the mines, so we wanted to make sure we did it in the right order. See, the Shaper's Life. But it's unmarked, so it was supposed to have a reward, but I don't believe it was ever fixed in the base game. I think there's a mod that fixes it, but I haven't used it, so... Double checking, making sure we didn't miss any books or anything. And we will talk to this dude. Okay. Hello.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand.
Indeed.
I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
How do you know who I am?
The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you.
Can we talk about Orzammar?
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
Okay. What's the difference between an ancestor and a paragon?
All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to paragon. A paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name.
Are there any paragons in Orzammar now?
There is one paragon of this generation, a woman named Branka. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it.
That's cool.
It earned her paragon status.
Where is she?
She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned.
Tell me some history.
We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
So tell me a little bit about those deep roads.
They were once our highways beneath the mountains. Now the darkspawn claim them and few venture there, except your order, who enter the deep roads when they retire, so they can die slaughtering as many darkspawn as possible.
Okay, so this is kind of a funny little thing if you have Shale with you, because you'll get some extra dialogue with her. So I always try to bring her. How did you lose your golems?
The Paragon Caridon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caridon's tag is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
Golems like this one? This large one right behind me?
Yes. We have only a few dozen left in Orzammar, and
Because she's
I do not
special.
recognize this one. Where did you find it? Every golem is precious to us. We'd pay a good sum for a new find.
I'd sooner jump into a pit of lava.
Unfortunate. Was there anything else? I must tell the rest of the Shaperate about this discovery.
Where is Kal Sharok?
At the other side of the old empire. During the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
Let's talk basic Orzammar again.
I will settle your mind if I can, Warden.
What do you do?
The Shaperate guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyrium all of the records of Dwarven history. The memories record all. They are how we know to which family a child owes life, how we trace lost ties. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad. Ask, and I shall do my best to answer. Your presence has been recorded in the memories. I wish you well.
Okay, let's do a banter.
And
You know,
I'm
Alistair, Antiva has a long tradition of royal bastards.
You don't say.
Oh yes, they've led wars to claim the throne. Some of them have become kings. In fact, I'd say the current royal line in Antiva stems from bastard blood several times over.
Well, aren't you just chock full of useless trivia today?
Sadly, whenever a royal bastard rears their head in public and declares themselves, it often goes poorly for them.
Let me guess. They get assassinated.
Only the very popular ones.
And the unpopular ones?
Well, they get by somehow, I'm sure. There was one fellow who did quite well working as a prostitute based on his uncanny resemblance to the king. Charged a fortune.
Couldn't afford him, I take it.
That cynicism will serve you well, my friend. Hold on to it.
going.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. So that is Balin's right-hand man. We'll talk to him in a minute. We're gonna go in and watch this loveliness.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Will do.
All right.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the surface trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the Assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough!
Politics.
The Assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
Hello.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the Assembly of the Clans. Only Dashers and occasional guests of state are
That
allowed
would be
in.
me. I'm a Grey Warden.
Forgive me. I am so exhausted. I completely forgot about the message from the Gate Guard. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
Okay. So there's a blight, you know?
Troubling, but it will still seem distant compared to the empty throne. The Assembly is blind to all else.
So who can aid me?
I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
Okay, so we're gonna talk to Vartag over here, and he is, yeah.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
This treaty obliges Orzammar to send troops to the surface.
Ah, ancient documents indeed. These were signed in the reign of Eithnar Bimo, Paragon and King. That was 16 generations ago. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
The blight's more important?
No one wishes this fight over more than Balin. But while it rages, Orzammar can spare no one to combat what may or may not be a new blight.
Uh-huh. Are you saying I wouldn't recognize one?
I believe you. But what are we to do? If Balin followed his heart and sent his men to aid you,
His heart,
Harrowmont
yeah,
would
sure.
steal his throne. We would defeat the Blight and return to find our homeland devastated by an incompetent tyrant.
I'll give you that. If you don't fight, your homeland is gonna be
Perhaps
devastated.
you could prove to Prince Balin your intentions are just. If you show you owe Harrowmont no fealty, I'm sure Balin would help you. Harrowmont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrowmont's deception, I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
I'm certain he would. What kind of evidence?
Harrowmont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harrowmont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrowmont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Uh-huh. And, where did you find those?
That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
Can't you report him?
Normally, the Shapers would handle this sort of accusation. They are the scholars who manage our laws, histories, and genealogies. They are the final arbiters of all disputes in Orzammar. Unfortunately, the Shaper of Memories is the most important among them, and his grandfather was Lord Harrowmont's aunt's first cousin.
Not his aunt's first
Obviously,
cousin.
we cannot expect him to offer an unbiased opinion.
Good grief. Fine.
Lady Dace doesn't
That's
leave
so
the quarter
shady.
much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at Tapster's in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Yeah. I know how this works. Oh look, the other one found me. What a shock.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight.
Even my dog's
It is
like,
shameful we are not in a better position to help.
I have a treaty.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
Stop playing games.
You're asking the King of Orzammar to send armies to the surface, but Orzammar has no king and we have no army. Right now, the men who should be fighting Darkspawn are brawling in the street. If this situation is not resolved, we face civil war. If you want Lord Harrowmont's time now, you'll have to prove you have no intention of turning against him later.
What do you want me to do? Denounce Balin publicly?
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory.
This is where Zevran's
The
gonna
Deshers take
jump
it
in.
very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
Why would your assembly care?
The proving is a contest of the best warriors in Orzammar. By fighting, they show who has the ancestors' favor. If you were to enter the proving as Lord Harrowmont's champion, it would prove your loyalty beyond a doubt.
And this is to be your king. One who cannot keep his own men from running like frightened children.
Lord Harrowmont does not use threats or intimidation to motivate his men. He leads by example.
Ah, I see. So it's his example they follow as they cower from this Prince Balin.
How dare you slander Lord Harrowmont?
Why should we ally ourselves with someone too scared even to grant us an audience?
And then if you say, I see what you mean, you can actually get some, I believe you can get some approval points from him.
Were I you, I would seek a stronger king than this Harrowmont.
Surely you don't mean Balin.
Zev, go on with your opinion.
Then you and I have nothing more to say.
No, I guess not. Thought you got approval for it, but I guess not. You can still change your mind if you want. You can even double cross throughout like most of the quests. And you can double cross the last possible second if you want to. Like do stuff for the one all the way and then just be like, nope, I'm going to give the crown to the other one. I wouldn't recommend it though. It can kind of bug out. This is the palace, but I'm gonna wait to go into here until we can actually see Balin, because if we go in there right now, part of it is locked off, and if we just wait, then the whole thing will be open, so it'll save us some time later.
News of the hour. Support Lord Harrowmont at your own peril. Darkspawn will overrun Orzammar within the year if he becomes king.
Okay, so Lady Dace is over here.
What do you want? Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about.
What gave me away?
It's fascinating the surface has an entire order dedicated to fighting Darkspawn. Down here, that's just what fighting means. But I'm sure it's more difficult on the surface. It must be much harder to find them.
There's quite a few right now. Are you Lady Dace?
I am. And what business would you have with me?
Harrowmont is trying to cheat you.
An interesting accusation. But to cheat me, wouldn't Harrowmont and I need to be in business?
Here, look at these papers.
Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it.
And where's he at?
He is leading a deep roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient Tig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt.
Sure. And where would he be exactly?
He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Does that mean you'll go?
Yeah, I'll leave eventually.
So Balin's victory means enough for you to risk your life. How interesting.
I could care less at this moment, but I need someone, and he is the
Questions arise
lesser
regarding
of
Lord
evils.
Balin's impending marriage to a captain.
this is Harriman, so we're gonna go ahead and go in here. Since we really won't have any cause to come back in here, so I think there's like some codexes or something in here. Just don't remember where they are exactly, so it's always good to just go everywhere. The door. Yeah, it's this one. Hello. I think that might be his like Viper's daughter or something.
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land. I will pray to the stone for you.
Thanks.
And I'm off.
More silverite runes. Those will be helpful in the deep roads because they do extra damage through darkspawn. There it is. Okay. So that's pretty much everything from his estate, so we won't have to come back in here.
Yes.
You know, look who it is.
It'll be 2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Branka didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha!
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman. Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Who are you?
I'm Loylanar Ivo, warrior, which is more than I can say for that useless sod.
And he would be who?
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Branka. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino.
What?
Well, he killed Lord Mino's youngest son in a duel to first blood. It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the deep roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled.
And what's...
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him.
She was married to him?
Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation.
How'd you become...
She invented a smokeless fuel that let the smith caste increase their output by nearly 1/3. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Branka, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name.
Why'd she go into the deep roads?
Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her.
Okay, bye.
If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
Yeah, right. Okay. Let's do banter.
It has become very close with the other Grey Warden.
Yes. I suppose I have at that.
I find this difficult to comprehend. It is whiny and weak and constantly laughing.
Then I guess a romance between you and I is completely out of the question. Hmm?
And the attempts at humor, I cannot understand how it is endured.
Well, maybe you should ask her why she likes me so much instead of bothering me with it.
It has a loud mouth. Why its head has not been crushed already is hard to imagine.
Or maybe you just happen to figure she likes me a lot more than you.
Don't be foolish.
Yes, I thought so. Just watch your step, or I'm totally telling.
I'm going to stand over here now.
Oh my god. I adore Shale.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Yes, I will be there in 1 second. Just let me, swap out my people. Okay.
Pigeon crap.
Braska.
Win?
Yes.
Liliana.
Indeed.
Okay.
Your wish?
Wrong button.
Something I can help with?
What do you know about this place?
Vast halls carved from the stone of the mountain, lined with the chiseled marble figures of paragons, so fine as to mirror life itself. Soaring ceilings grand enough to make any man forget the sky and the sun, and to question the reason for their existence. I have heard of these things and more, but none prepared me for what I have seen here. It is marvelous.
Okay. You can get her pet nug, actually from Duckstown, but we don't have her approval high enough yet to get it, so once we do, we will make sure to grab that. But let's talk to Dagna.
You look like you're not from around here.
What gave me away?
Oh, wonderful! I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
Yeah, my companion here is a senior enchanter.
Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation, and a great responsibility.
We answer questions for you.
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
You want to leave?
I want to go to the Circle to study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
You can ask her for a reward, and she will give you either, I believe it's a fairly high-powered lyrium potion or a rune, I believe. So, but
that would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
And you get some approval from both of them. Okay, let's see. Let's talk to this guy.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's luxury goods shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
Are you okay?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood.
Oh, that's not good.
Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
I thought dwarves were immune to lyrium.
Aye, of course we are. Weak surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs in hours.
Sounds fun.
Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not direct in the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
Okay, how about I look at your wares?
Right. Best in the trade, you know. I work the ore myself.
Okay. Okay, Rose's Thorn is a very, very powerful dagger. Plus 3 damage, 3 rune slots, 30% backstab. It's insane. And yeah, I'm definitely going to buy it. Because it would be quite lovely. Okay. It's gonna suck up a lot of my money though, that's for sure. Okay, let's get rid of some of this crap. Yeah, get that one to auger and it's better. Okay, so this is another good ring. There's a bug if you're playing on vanilla where the 20% healing effects received, it doesn't work. So it makes the ring not as good. But I have a mod that's supposed to fix that. So I will be buying this probably later once I have some more money, because the Rose's Thorn kind of took most of my cash. So I have to wait a little bit. Those are both for Shale. Oh, that's for Morgan. It's one of her plot gifts. And these are gifts that'll work for her too. So we'll just go and grab those. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this too. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Now we will go talk to this guy.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nugs? I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down.
Are they dangerous?
Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say.
If I see any, I'll send them your way.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
This is another quest that's kind of broken in vanilla. It doesn't really complete. So, but I have a mod that makes it complete and gives you a little reward at the end. Oh, yeah.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
Oh my god.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
And let's go deal with these guys. This guy actually has all the things that you will need later for the quest that you get to make this rare medicine to heal this lady, so...
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well. Looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Is there a problem here, friend? Are these men threatening you?
Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen.
Uh-huh. Take a good look.
Whoa, whoa! All right, you win. I'm not gonna die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
Yeah, get lost. I think there's any codexes or anything in here. Nope. Okay. Sup?
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude.
So what do you know about this Jarvia?
I've never met her, of course. They say she never leaves Dusttown. That's the older area of the city where the casteless congregate. She's the one directing this depravity. Since good King Endrin died, they're getting bolder. They used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're in the commons, shaking honest men down for coin.
What do you know about this Carta?
A band of casteless thugs. They're to blame for all the crime in Orzammar these days. They're criminals, and the children of criminals. The ancestors themselves declared them irredeemable.
What? They're children too?
Their births are abominations. They were born from no Kalna, with no acknowledgement by the Shapers. They are destined to be criminals. Wow. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm grateful for your help, but I don't think we have any more to talk about. Did you have something more pleasant you wish to discuss?
Money.
I'm showing you the lowest prices I can afford, I assure you.
Yeah. Okay. He has another gift for Shale. You'll find a lot of her gifts here in Orzammar. But a lot of this stuff is what you'll need later. Ooh, it's got a good price on flasks. I think I might grab a couple. Okay. That'll do for now. We'll be back. Here, have a nug.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell. Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
Thank you. See, the quest is technically completed, but you can keep finding more and more and more and more nugs. There's another one over here. Okay, and here is this lovely runestone. And that's the one I believe that's for the Shaper's life, which is why you want to make sure to touch the memories first. So that progressed it. And the next ones are in the deep roads, I think.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen, but there's more out there.
I'm working on it. I don't know if there's... I know there's one back in one of these little, like, crevices. I just don't remember which ones. We're just gonna keep running along until we see more notes. I believe there's one up here. Yes.
There are many great tales of lost kings who return to their lands to reign in glory.
I am not lost, nor for that matter, a king. And there's nothing glorious about me.
You are Merrick's son. You are the rightful king of Ferelden.
I am the son of a starstruck maid and an indiscreet man who just happened to be king. Look, I can't be king. Some days I have trouble figuring out which boot goes on which foot.
Complete fools are made leaders of kingdoms all the time. And you're not a complete fool.
What an utter relief.
And don't worry about the boots. Kings don't need to dress themselves. That's what advisors are for, isn't it?
And starstruck maids, apparently.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. But there's more out there.
Okay. They're all kind of just around in this area. So if you keep looking, we'll eventually find all the little nugs. I think there's 4 or 5. We can go in there. Another bender. I hear this squeak. Where is it?
Ancestors, guard my son, for
There it
he
is.
is lost in darkness.
Gotcha.
Mothers, keep him safe.
Okay.
For you know what it
We'll
is to mourn.
pick up this quest while we're at it. Another deep
I'm
roads.
sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
Who are you?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
So he's missing?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
Did anyone go after him?
The captains don't want to lose anyone searching for stray men. Too many were taken by dark spawn that way.
Well, I'll look for him.
How? There is no way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself.
I'm a Grey Warden.
A warden? So you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. But there's more out there.
I believe there's one more. Pick it up. Be done with little squeaky things. I think he's over here. There he is.
Is that drunken singing I hear?
We'll be going in there.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. But there's more out there.
That should have been it. Check. Already got the one that's down here, so unless it respawned. No? Well, there's one being roasted. We got the one that was up here. I think there's another one that spawned. No. Okay. Well,
Maker's blessing on you, sister.
I think dwarves believed in the Maker.
I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
Yay.
I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar.
Sure, that'll go over well. Don't you worship your ancestors?
There is resistance. It's obvious the world wasn't created by the mortal souls who dwelt within it. Yet the dwarves of Orzammar persist in worshipping their own forefathers.
Whose permission do you need?
The Shaperate controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting.
This is not my favorite quest. It doesn't end well for him, and I don't know, the whole thing is just kind of eh. But, whatever. I do know the Shaper.
Could you talk to him? You're from the surface. You know the Chantry's good works. A chantry here could provide more than just spiritual guidance. It could be a place of education, of refuge for widows and orphans, a place of charity. Too many in Orzammar spend their lives overlooked.
Alright.
I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always.
If this chantry could help just one person as much as it helped me, it's worth any trouble.
Please, let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Okay. So why do you like Balin?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not.
Some say he killed his father?
Just as many say Harrowmont. Neither are paragons, and the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade.
Okay, you approve of the chaos?
Can't find ore without splitting some stone. My investments are solid, I'll be fine. The Assembly has done us a favor. They've shown just how loose the sand is under our feet. It opens people to change. Orzammar will decide what we can or can't be. Blight may be imminent on the surface, but our warriors are well seasoned against dark spawn.
Hence why
there will be topsiders left for trade. There's no end to you. I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Yay. I guess this is one that gives you like attribute points, so I usually grab it. It's a Liliana gift, that's an Ogren gift, Morrigan, I believe, and that's Shale. But like I said, her gifts get a little expensive, so after a while I just end up getting the ones from the camp, like the thoughtful gifts and stuff. I have no idea where this last knight could be. It's very weird. It's like, I guess we're just out of luck in the knight department. This is Dagna's father. You can totally rat her out if you want, but I'm not going to do that. But he is another vendor, so you can kind of look at
Welcome
his
to
wares.
Jannar Family Armorers. I must say, you look like our type of people.
Yep.
Looking for a new set of mail. At Jannar's, we have everything from leather to platinum.
What do you know about what's happening with the king?
I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Harrowmont's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object.
Are you part of the Smith cast?
I, for 100 generations. My father made his name by inventing a fall and tacit, which were integrated into the cuirass. But, I'm guessing by your face, you're not a smith yourself.
No?
That she was. The best to walk these tunnels since Carradine himself. Threw it away, chasing old dreams, though.
Who's Carradine?
The best smith who ever lived, bar none. He gave us the secret of forging golems that could walk, talk, and defend our borders. When we had them, no dwarf had to risk himself against the Darkspawn. It was a golden age for the smith caste. His work was lost centuries ago when his tide fell to the Darkspawn. No one even knows where it is anymore.
So, what do you mean she threw it away?
Didn't last 6 months as a noble before she set into the deep roads looking for ancient secrets. Now she's dead in the tunnels. All that brilliance, wasted.
What's in your store?
Of course. Keep in mind we also take items on trade.
Okay. Rock knockers are a pretty decent helmet, but you'll end up just getting one of those, so no reason to buy it. Okay, so he didn't really have anything that I wanted at this moment.
Huh.
Wonder. So we need to go into Tapsters and talk to Lord Homie. Oh, and there's a wall carving over there that we missed. We'll come back and get it. Okay, so I wonder something. I'm gonna go try something with this nug guy. I know I found all the nugs. Just talk to him again, see if he does it.
Is there a nug left in all of
Yep,
Thedas?
that was it.
Don't think so. You're astounding.
Yep, that's it. I just needed to talk to him once more. He gave us something. I just have to find what. Supposed to have given us something, but don't actually see. I had all that. Maybe that's what he gave us. No? No, the dog dug that up. I really cannot find what he gave us. I don't know. It even said I got some sort of item, but I don't know. Oh well. Pick up that wall carving. Go into Tapsters.
Going.
Okay, there is a lot going on in Tapsters. Okay. So, if you want a drink, you can talk to her.
Atrust Vala, stranger. You must be the Grey Warden we heard about. Welcome to Tapsters. I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you?
I'm looking for something.
Aye? Maybe I can help.
Aubrey?
He should be by the trash barrel. Easy to spot. Everyone gives him a wide berth. Did you need something else, Warden? So you come to Tapsters? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view.
Anything I should see?
The nobles stay upstairs, except when they're slumming. You'll find the assembly there, the palace, the Shaperate, and plenty of estates. Down from here is just Dust Town or the mines, so my recommendation is avoid. It's not part of the city, just some old tunnels where the castless build their nest. No one goes there if they can help it. But if you want fun, your best bet is the Proving.
How about a drink?
With 52 types of ale, 17 types of mead, and a dozen imported wines, we should be able to serve your needs. What do you have?
Wow. mead.
I have an award-winning honey mead. Surface Family ships it down here every month. Only 1.5 silvers a mug.
Sold.
1 honey mead coming right up. I hear you spoke to Lord Harrowmont. He's a good man. Puts Orzamar's needs above his own. Well, I have other customers to see too. If you need anything else, just call me over.
Okay. Let's see. There he is. Talk to this guy too.
Afternoon, stranger. You looking for a stool to share a brew?
Sure.
I recommend the Lycan Ale. They brew it downstairs. Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's Expeditionary Field Unit. Yourself?
I'm Eurydice, Grey Warden.
Figured as much. Good folks, Wardens. I was in the Deep Roads when that one came by. What was his name? Duncan? Something like that.
Alistair.
I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the Deep Roads. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines.
I've never been there, but I'm gonna end up there.
Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the dark, putting away as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones.
Who else is down there?
Lord Harrowmont's got his own men there, all looking for signs of Bronca. Guess the city's getting to miss having a paragon. Everyone wants someone to put in charge.
And what are you looking for?
Balin ordered us in at first bell. He's splitting us into 4 teams to search for some of the lost Tigers. Looking for signs of Bronca, I guess. Seems to be who everyone's after.
Well, thanks.
Watch yourself. Orzammar politics are getting near as dangerous as battle.
He's a nice guy. I'll recruit him. Go find me a glass of wine. Oh, man. Okay. Lord Helmy is over there, so we will talk to him. Okay. Now, this is important.
Everywhere. I can't take it.
Okay. There is a quest called Unbound that actually ends in Denerim, and it's actually a very tough fight with this guy, kind of, well, this demon masquerading as this guy. And this is one of the things that starts the quest. However, there is a bug that could potentially happen if this is the first one you click on. The other 2 are in the Brazilian Forest and in when you're looking for the Urn of the Sacred Ashes. So since we haven't found one of the other ones, we're gonna wait to click on him just to make sure we don't get the bug. So after we grab probably the Sacred Ashes one next, I would think, we'll come back and we'll grab him then. Okay, another thing is you can talk to Ogren now if you want to, and he's kind
it's
of
how the ancestors
bitter
show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's worthy?
But if
and then he
you
practically
don't
slapped
talk
me.
to him and you wait until you are literally about to go into the Deep Roads to find Bronca, he will like come running up after you like, hey, have you seen a Grey Warden? And his beliefs about what a Grey Warden should look like are hilarious. So I like to wait for that because it's just too funny. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't think there's anything else in here at the moment. So let's talk to him.
Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
Pretty much. So they're not equal, but there's no castes. Controversial opinion for a dwarf in the assembly.
Very good. I guess someone already told you I was good for nothing, drinking my life away at tapsters. Or did they leave off at greatest shame to ever fall upon the assembly? I've always liked that one. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary.
So, how does the caste system work anyway?
Badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected deshers of the assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill.
Yee. Sounds terrible. You get to vote on the next king?
Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege
this guy.
inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality.
I like this guy a lot. Who are you voting for?
I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Court in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning.
So Harrowmont's double-dealing you in Lady Days?
Oh, well, I'd ask for proof, or why you care, but frankly, I'm so tired of it I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't even want the land, but my house would kill me if I turned it down. Responsibilities, you know. Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And they'll both have to try something else. And I thought it was going to be a nice day.
So you'll switch your vote to Balin?
Otherwise, my whole house will be humiliated. Doesn't make a difference anyway, one's as bad as the next.
Yeah, politics are just generally horrible. Okay, so let's get out of here. Okay. So I think this is probably a good place to end the episode. We've been going on for a while. So I think next time we will hit up Dusttown, because that's one of the only places we haven't been yet. And there you can actually start one of the most lucrative quests in the entire game. It's a lot of fun. And then we'll probably maybe go to the Mage Tower. We got 3 things to do there, I think, right now. And then we'll come back and probably hit the Iduk and Tig to finish that out, and maybe the Proving if we have time. So if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It's very, very much appreciated. Thanks, guys.